Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting, doing church God's way. Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome. This is Monday Morning Matters. Monday Morning Matters coming your way every Monday. All right, Monday Morning Matters coming your way every Monday. We are so glad that you are hooking up with us. Please do share us to your community and then your pastors, your leaders. Welcome to the 29th or 30th Monday Morning Matters in the month of July 2025. I want to just thank everyone for always watching. You are so you are so precious to us for watching. This Monday Morning Matters has been coming your way for the past over 6 years. And so I want you to know that if you go to our Facebook page or go to our YouTube channel, you're going to see quite a lot of videos, over 320 videos on our channel that could be of great benefit to you. All right. And then perhaps if you do not see something of great value, let us know. We're going to create those content out for you. All right. We are in the middle of the year, and we also want to just make sure that we'll gear up again so that we can go through the second half of the year better than the first half. Thank you for hooking up with us. We are glad you are part of this live broadcast show. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Yes, Niyi Dunmade is my name. I'm the founder and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. All right, let me just tell you a little bit about Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, revitalization, training, and strategic blueprint. On Saturday, we had over 6 hours of training some leaders and workers of a church here in Abuja, and it was a mind shift, a massive shift in how they are doing church. Okay, our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solution. I'm also a double certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting and Church Consultation Universities. I'm your host every week. Come rain, come sunshine, thunder. Every Monday I'm coming your way because every Sunday exists. So Mondays are special. So every Mondays, 7 a.m. Nigerian time, we just come to just hear a little bit in 10-15 minutes, and then we're done. I'm also known as the Church Health Guide of the 21st century. Now, let me tell you a big thank you, a big thank you to everyone who has been commenting, who has been reacting, who has been sharing, who has been telling us how timely our content is. I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, today we're going to talk about reclaiming the joy of ministry, escaping the trap of routine leadership. Whether you like it or not, because you have to preach every Sunday, there's some form of routine, and that routine can make you lose your joy. So we're going to talk about reclaiming the joy of ministry, escaping the trap of routine leadership. How to rediscover purpose, passion, and perspective in your calling. I mean, you have been called 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 5 years, 7 years, as the case may be. We need to be able to understand that we have to make sure that whatever we're doing, we find joy in it. Have you ever been encouraging others while you are discouraged? I mean, are you leading while bleeding? Are you preaching hope while you are feeding on hopelessness? Are you smiling on the pulpit, but behind the pulpit you are crying? While you are crying in the private. Now you need to just listen to me carefully. Pastors are human beings, even when we know that they are spiritual leaders. To help pastors, this is the purpose of this broadcast is to help pastors and church leaders to break free from the burnout, from the routines, from the mechanical leadership. You cannot lead a church with mechanical leadership. You have to reconnect to the joy of the serving God that called you and reignite your passion once and every time to your divine call. And so today we're going to look at a lot of things around reclaiming the joy of ministry and escaping the trap of routine leadership. Now, ministry is a calling. We all know that. But for many, it has become a routine or a chore, all right? Something that we just have to do because everybody knows us as pastors and leaders. If you feel like you are going through these emotions or this feeling, you're feeling drained, you're feeling detached, you are feeling a lack of joy. Now you need to listen to this live broadcast, okay? When ministry becomes mechanical, you need to be able to know when, so that you can be able to take care of yourself before you wound yourself. A lot of leaders are leading while bleeding. A lot of leaders are leading while wounded. All right, routine without revelation becomes a religion. Routine without revelation becomes a religion. What causes the joy to fade in ministry? You need to keep asking those questions so that you can be able to deal with those issues. Repetition without renewal. You can imagine you are just using your laptop, you are using your phone, and there's no place for recharging, there's no place for renewal. I mean, you are doing that week in, week out. Sunday service, midweek service, the same cycle goes on. You are not going to have a spark. All right? Pressure to perform is always there for pastors. You are there with a long line of people who are there to counsel, and you just have to be able to meet up their needs, not just because you want to obey, but there is a yieldedness to conditioned obedience. And so leading out of obligation, not from the overflow. All right? If you have missed that content on leading from the overflow, make sure that you get that. Let's do some bills, and then we're going to continue from where we have created the introduction. Now, this is Monday Morning Matters coming your way. We believe that our expertise can be of great benefit to you, and please make sure that you hook up with us. First Monday of July, we did Monday Reset. The second Monday, we did from dry wells, okay? From dry, that's one I mentioned just now. Then last Monday, we did Who Cares for the Caregiver. And today, we're going to talk about reclaiming the joy of ministry. Reclaiming the joy of ministry. Now, Dr. Tom Rayner, a fantastic church consultant, I mean, he's having over 40 years of ministry experience and helping churches. I mean, he has been able to put a good package, training, video training. I mean, you can do that training wherever you are, as long as you have a device, a phone or a laptop and an internet. I mean, you're going to have access to those materials for life. So you want to become a certified church consultant. You want to become, you want to lead your church towards health. I mean, let us have your information. You want to help your own church to revitalize. Let's have them so that we can help you get out of that mess that your church is in. All right. My 3 books are there: Church Retention, Pathway to Growth, Bossing Church Growth Meet, and then Data Leadership. There's a church in Lagos that is buying these books at a massive number. I mean, it's so great. Go on our YouTube channel. You're going to see quite a lot of videos that will help you greatly. Now, there's a pressure to perform as pastors, leading out of obligation and not from the overflow. Now, there are three dangers of bleeding in silence. Okay, you are leading while bleeding, and the bleeding is in silence. Bitterness leaks into your preaching. I mean, you are behind the pulpit. You are no longer preaching out of the overflow, but you are preaching because you are bitter, and you are using the pulpit to make personal corrections instead of using the pulpit to feed the flock. They are two different things. All right, your tone changes because of the way you are preaching from bitterness. You are not preaching from the text, contextual text of the scriptures. Now, how do you know that you are having issues? Decisions are made out of wounds. Okay, you are creating policies out of being hurt. You are creating procedures out of being disappointed in people, and so decisions are made from wounds. Okay, it's better when before you start the church, you create out all the procedures, the standard operating procedures, the policies that the church needs to operate. That's wisdom. Decisions are made from wounds can be detrimental to the life of the church because it's not from wisdom. And that means that you are reacting instead of walking by revelation. People become projects. Okay, people are not projects. By the time you take people to be projects, then you are losing the joy of ministry. People become projects and not souls. You start emotionally detaching yourself from people, and before you know it, you are, as a pastor, a social being, begins to lose your joy. But see, the Bible says, it's with joy you're going to draw out of the wells of salvation. You are not just a spiritual leader, you are also a human being. And sometimes it's good to look into the mirror and just tell yourself, yes, I'm a spiritual leader, but I'm still a human being. Don't you ever begin to project yourself as if because you are anointed with oil, you have ceased to become a human being. Blood still flows through your brain. And so our world also has been into demand so much from the pastors today. I mean, you want to pay your rent, you run to your pastor. You want financial advice, you run to your pastor. You want marital advice, you want to. So there's unrealistic expectations from people. Even yourself, you have unrealistic expectation of yourself. Emotional and spiritual or relational fatigue comes in because there's a lot of demand from all quarters and all people. Now, you see, to take care of 5,000 people is a lot more demanding than taking care of 500 people. We need to take that deeply and take that seriously, because if you want the church to grow to 5,000, you must be willing to be able to say, do I have the capacity, both emotional, spiritual, and relational, to be able to handle that? What are the warning signs is what I'm talking about. You dread Sundays, okay? Once you dread Sundays, you have lost the joy of your ministry. As a pastor, you should look up to Sundays. Just like as a worker in the business world, and they enjoy their work, they are looking up to Mondays. So don't dread Sundays, don't dread staff meetings, don't dread when a big day event is coming. You preach without conviction, you have lost the joy of your salvation. You feel unappreciated. You see, when you lose the joy of your ministry, you start to look for validation to fill that vacuum. You feel unappreciated, unseen, even when you're putting your best in all. Your passion feels like a distant memory. You're not feeling the impact of what you are doing. Now, that's what David prayed in Psalm chapter 51, verse 12. He said, restore unto me the joy of my salvation. Restore. And we need to pray that prayer, that please restore unto me the joy of my. And you need to also take some steps to make sure that you get your joy intact. All right. The devil will always try his ways to make sure that he steals your joy. He kills your joy and it destroys your joy. John chapter 10, verse 10. That's what he does. He comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Why joy is non-negotiable in ministry. God never intends to call us into ministry to make us feel that ministry is like a punishment or ministry is like a burden that can kill us. God called us into ministry to partner with him so that we can advance his kingdom. What joy does for your calling is very, very massive. All right? Joy fuels your endurance. It keeps you going when the results are not there, because there's a time you're going to plant on that idea and nothing's going to sprout. It's going to take a while before it sprouts. but it's joy that will fuel that endurance. It keeps you going when the result is not visible. Joy unlocks creativity. Fresh ideas comes when your heart is joyous, when your heart is fresh. Joy multiplies influence. People follow leaders who love what they do, who are confident at what they do, and who are happy at what they do. If a pastor and you're not happy with what you're doing, there's no how the people is going to flood to you. Joy attracts graces. Joy attracts gifts because you are leading with authenticity, confidence, and not resentment. All right? You can have systems, strategies, and sermons, but without your own joy, your spirit won't roar. Your spirit won't soar. And so you need joy to be able to make sure that it gives life to all your strategies, your systems, and your sermon. What are the ways? I'm not talking about three. I don't have so much time. Three of them. Three ways to ignite your joy in your calling. One is to reconnect with the why. There's a why God called you. There's a why you are doing what you're doing. There's a why behind the work. All right. So begin to ask yourself the why, so that you don't get lost in the work and not understand the why that is embedded in the work. So go back to the moment God called you, not the microphone, not the stage, but the encounter that you had with God, and begin to relive that encounter again. Revisit your calling, your journals where you wrote those things, the prayer closet, or your mentor who knows how God brought you to ministry. Sometimes those things are a way of sparking and making you to reclaim the joy of the ministry. Why did you say yes to God in the first place? What made you to say, I'm going to spend my life to obey the Great Commission? 2, refresh your environment. Change your scene, your stage. Change your pulpit. Change the way you study. All right. Change your ambience, your reading, your workspace. Those things as a way of giving you that spark to reclaim the joy of your ministry. Visit other churches around that are doing similar things to what you're doing, or and then take a personal retreat as well. Can help you reclaim your joy. All right. Do something that stirs your soul creatively or spiritually, and because joy often returns when routine is disrupted. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Joy often returns when you break the cycle of routine, sometimes by just intentional refreshment. 3, refocus on people over performance. Sometimes the reason why we put so much weight on routine is because we are putting so much weight on performance. Refocus on people over performance. Ministry isn't about project, perfect services. It's about loving people, meeting with the members or the volunteers whose life has been changed by your ministry can spark the joy of your ministry. Rediscover the impact, not just the responsibility. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. You can't endure the cross. You can't endure the calling. You can't endure the responsibility without just making sure that your eyes is set on the joy that was set. Every ministry has a joy that is set above them. Every calling has a joy that is set above them. And your eyes must not be off that joy, because once you are off that joy, what that means is that you might not be able to enjoy or endure that divine assignment, that cross or responsibility that you need to carry. All right? Even Jesus endured the pain of ministry because he saw the joy of the purpose. He saw the joy that was set before him, and he endured the cross. All right? Sustaining joy through the reading. Joy is not just a feeling. It's a spiritual context. Okay? It's a spiritual reading that you must cultivate. Daily joy habits. What are the daily joy habits that makes you happy, makes you joyous? Joy cannot just be killed like that. You can start your day with gratitude, not just a to-do list. All right, that's what I do sometimes, all the time. Before I wake up, I don't just go rush into prayer. I make sure that I go into a moment of gratitude to just think, and then from the thinking, I now begin to come up with a to-do list. Laugh with people. Spend time with life-giving people. People who are joyous. Joy is contagious. Okay, if you are lacking joy, make sure you contact somebody who has joy. Serve with playfulness. Don't think that everything is serious. I mean, I married a woman that is given to joy. I mean, and that's one of the things that's keeping me going after clocking 17 years in marriage. All right, life is not all about being serious. All right, there's time for play and there's time not to play. If you are going to step into the shoes of King Solomon's wisdom in Ecclesiastes, serve with playfulness, and then make sure that you also get into God's presence, not under pressure, because that is how God wants you to operate. Journal answered prayers, because sometimes when you journal how God has led you from point A to point B, it makes you so happy that you are not where you used to be. You might not be where the joy where you should be, but you are no longer where you should be. So journaling your answered prayers and divine encounters or surprises can help you reclaim the joy of your ministry. Let worship refresh your heart outside the preparations of sermons all the time, and it's going to help you. All right. So ministry isn't meant to be endured. It is meant to be enjoyed. You are called to serve with joy, not with pain, not survive with pressure. Today, take a little step back, go through some of these things you have shared today, and make sure that you reclaim your joy. If this spoke to your heart, send this to another leader. Join us next week, Monday, in the month of August, for another series of Monday Morning Matters, and let's keep growing together. You have any church-related questions for me, let's have them in any of the social media handles. I'm sure you're going to get more than an answer from me. You have any church-related questions for me, I'm sure you're going to get more than an answer from me. This video has been helpful to you. Please do share us to your community. Do share us to your pastors. Share us to your church staff, your volunteers. Drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about what you have heard. I also want to learn from you. I want to hear from you where you are listening to me from. Drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about the things that we have shared today. We do consultations. We do revitalization. We do strategy planning and trainings. I mean, my calendar is getting more busier. Please reach out to me and let's see how we can help train your pastors, train your leaders. I'm not trying to market myself, right? But if you just give it a try. My trainings are not the one I go to churches. I don't give a fee, really. But if you come for my master class, of course you're going to pay, because if you don't pay, you won't pay attention. But if you get me to your church, it can be a free bono. You might not even give me anything. All right. But if you get the value of what you are trained with, I'm sure you will not want me to just go empty-handed, because that is going to make a lot of shifts. So number on the screen, let's see how we can help your own church with excellent church consulting for vitality and results. All right. Thank you for your attention. I will pray that this month ends well. We're going to see you again in the month of August. God bless you. Have a fruitful week ahead. Till I come your way next week, next Monday, August 2025. I say bye-bye. I love you, and God bless you. Thank you so much.